Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students. We will take up salient features of gymnosperms. In the previous lecture, we had discussed about the introduction of gymnosperms, and I have also already told you some features, but today I will repeat these features. The first feature of gymnosperms is they are the vascular plants. They are the vascular plants with naked seeds and ovules. They are the vascular plants with naked seeds and ovules and lack flowers and fruits. The first characteristic feature of gymnosperms is that they are the vascular plants with naked seeds and ovules and lack flowers and fruits. Second feature, they are mostly represented by perennial woody evergreen shrubs and trees. They are mostly represented by perennial woody evergreen shrubs and trees. And these plants, they are represented by perennial, that is having a lifespan comprising of many years. Perennial, woody, their plant body is woody. Evergreen, they are evergreen, they remain green throughout the year, and they are represented by either shrubs or trees. Shrubs are the multi-stemmed plants, and trees are the plants with well-developed long and woody stems. Annuals and herbs are rare. As I have already told you that they are represented by either shrubs and trees. Annuals and herbs are rare. Example, Zymmia. Zymmia is the smallest gymnosperm. Zymmia is the annual and herbaceous gymnosperm, which is also the smallest gymnosperm. Third feature is the main plant body in gymnosperms is sporophytic. The main plant body is superophytic, that is diploid. The main plant body is superophytic in gymnosperms and is differentiated into well-defined, well-developed root, stem and leaves. Main plant body is sporophytic, which is differentiated into well-defined or well-developed root, stem and leaves. Now we will take these parts one by one. The main plant body of gymnosperms is sporophytic, which is differentiated into well-developed root, stem and leaf. First we will take up root. They possess, in the gymnosperm possess, a well-developed taproot system. Gymnosperms are characterized by the presence of a well-developed taproot system. We will discuss these types of roots in another chapter in morphology of gymnosperms. What are taproots and what are adventitious roots? Here you will only remember they possess the well-developed taproot system. They often show symbiotic association. The roots of gymnosperms often show symbiotic association with fungi and blue-green alga. They often show symbiotic association with fungi and blue-green alga. For example, some fungi, they form symbiotic association with the roots of pinus. This relationship between fungus and the roots of pinus is known as mycorrhiza. This is known as mycorrhiza. And mycorrhiza or mycorrhizae is formed between the roots of pines and fungus, and some blue-green algae, that is cyanobacteria. Some blue-green algae, also called as cyanobacteria, they are associated with the coralloid roots of cycas for nitrogen fixation. Actually, some nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria, they are associated with the coralloid roots of cycas. Cycas has two types of roots, taproot and coralloid roots. Its coralloid roots, they form as associations, what we can say symbiotic association with the roots of cycas, and the roots of cycas form symbiotic association with some nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Number 5th feature is, we will take up stem. Stem of Gymnosperms is mostly aerial, erect, solid, cylindrical, woody, and branched. Stem in Gymnosperm is mostly aerial, that is, it is above ground, erect, solid, cylindrical, woody and branched. Stem is mostly aerial, erect, solid, and cylindrical and branched. Number 6th, leaves. Leaves are usually dimorphic. That is of two types. Leaves are dimorphic, that is of two types in Gymnosperms. Number 1st, foliage leaves, which are green, simple and needle-like, or sometimes they may be pinnately compound. And the leaves are of two types: foliage leaves, which are generally green, simple and needle-like, or maybe pinnately compound in some cases. Number 2nd type is, they are scaly leaves, foliage leaves and scaly leaves, which are minute, membranous, brown, which are minute, membranous, brown and deciduous. These leaves, they are well adapted to withstand advances of temperature, humidity. And these scaly leaves, which are minute, membranous, brown and deciduous, they are well adapted. To withstand the extremes of temperature, humidity and arid wind, and they make these plants to withstand the extremes of temperature, humidity and arid wind. Similarly, in conifers, the the needle-like leaves help the needle-like leaves and presence of thick cuticle and sunken stomata help them to reduce loss of water. In the presence of needle-like leaves, thick cuticle and sunken stomata in conifers helps them to reduce loss of water. These are the adaptations of leaves, and this is the importance of the two types of leaves. And scaly foliage leaves, which are green, simple, and needle-like, or maybe pinnately compound, which generally help in photosynthesis. And we have other types of leaves, scaly leaves, which are minute, membranous, brown, and deciduous, and they are well adapted to withstand the extremes of temperature, humidity, and arid wind. In conifers, the presence of these needle-like leaves and thick cuticle and sunken stomata helps them to reduce loss of water. Number 7th feature, this was about morphology, and these 4 features, character number 3, 4, 5, and 6, they represent the morphology of gymnosperms. Now we will take up anatomy of gymnosperms. Gymnosperms possess vascular tissues. They possess vascular tissues. They are characterized by the presence of vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem, which are arranged in the form of vascular bundles. They are characterized by the presence of vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem, which are arranged in the form of vascular bundles. And these vascular bundles are conjoint, collateral, and open. Like angiosperms, they are conjoint, especially like the dicots, they are conjoint, collateral, and open. Vascular bundles are conjoint, collateral, and open. The vessels are absent. 8th feature. The vessels are absent in xylem. Vessels are absent in xylem except nutelles and companion cells. Companion cells are absent in phloem. And what we can say, the xylem of gymnosperms is characterized by the absence of vessels, and phloem is characterized by the absence of companion cells. And what we can say, in gymnosperms, vascular tissues are present, but xylem lacks vessels and phloem lacks companion cells. Secondary growth, number 9th feature, secondary growth occurs in all gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are characterized by secondary growth. Secondary growth occurs in all the gymnosperms, though the degree of growth varies. And the secondary growth takes place in all the gymnosperms, though the degree of growth varies. As small in cycads, what we call as polyzylic and monozylic wood. In cycads we have poly and monozylic wood, which has small degree, and abundant in conifers. And the secondary growth takes place in all the gymnosperm, but is small in cycads, which is called as poly and monozylic wood, and abundant in conifers with monozylic and pycnozylic wood. In cycads we have poly and monozylic this wood, but in conifers we have mono and pycnozylic wood. Mono and pycnozylic wood, that is well developed secondary growth takes place with a single this vascular what we can say ring, and continuously growth takes place, xylem towards the inner side and phloem towards the outside. With the result we have well developed and abundant this wood in conifers, while as small, in which many xylem bundles, these vascular bundles are produced. This is about the anatomy of gymnosperms, and inshallah in another lecture we will discuss about reproduction. This is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.